You're more skilled, you have better sounds, you have a better understanding of production as a whole, arrangement, and music theory. In theory, you should be making way more music than you used to, so what gives? What's up, guys? My name's Noah. I make music as haterade, and you are watching The Productive Producer. We're not getting into Ableton today. We're going to be talking about some theory behind production. More specifically, why you're not finishing as much music as you probably should be. Now, like always, I have the download link for my finishing music checklist in the description of this video. It's absolutely free as always, and I just updated it. I just added a bunch of new actionable tips that you guys can use to help yourselves finish more music. I think it should be prefaced with, these are just techniques. And to get to the root of the problem, we have to dive a little bit deeper and understand why we're experiencing these problems in the first place. And that's what today's video is about. And I want to ask too, before we get into this video, if at any point in this video you guys find something helpful, if you guys feel like you got a little bit of value out of this video, please consider clicking like on this video and subscribing to the channel. So making music is fun, right? It's what we all do. We do it because we have a good time doing it. Otherwise, why are we doing it, right? If you're like me, you used to make a ton of music, and albeit it was bad music. Looking back on my old stuff now, I'm like, geez, yikes. But I was finishing songs. I was finishing a lot of them. But now something's changed, right? You make a lot of ideas, but you never finish them. You just start a new idea. Looking at it logically, it doesn't really make sense. You're more skilled. You have better sounds. You have a better understanding of production as a whole, arrangement, and music theory. In theory, you should be making way more music than you used to, so what gives? The answer is probably that you're comparing yourself with an already established artist, or you're worried about how the public is going to receive your music. When you're just starting out, you never expected to make music on the absolute highest tier, right? You're just starting out. You could spend all day long optimizing your workflow, but until you actually feel good about what you're working on, that's just futile. I can't make you guys feel good about the music you're making in this video. That's got to be on you. But what I can do is ask you some questions that might help nudge you in the right direction. So the first question is, why does your song have to be perfect? No one on earth has ever written a perfect song. If you don't believe me, name one song you think is perfect. I'll show you 20 other people that can give you a detailed list on why that song is not perfect and why they hate it. It's all opinion based. So why does your track have to be at that standard? Why does your track have to be the only perfect song? Which leads me to my second question is, do you even like your song? Or more specifically, did you like it at the beginning? This happened recently. I have a student that had asked me to produce a drop for him during one of our sessions. And by the end of the session, he was over the moon. He was so happy with the drop. He asked me for a bounce of the session so he could listen to it as many times as he wanted. Now, fast forward to 2 weeks later when we were meeting again, he hated the song. He even told me it sucked. So what changed? We didn't change the song at all. We didn't even open the session. What changed was his perception. He took that song, listened to it over and over and over and over and over again until he hated it, which is something that I think a lot of us do. We take a half-finished idea and we listen to it over and over and over again to get the mix right, but we burn ourselves out from that song, and by the time we get into the DAW the next time, we're sick of it, we don't want to hear it anymore, and we want to move on to a new idea, all in the name of just checking the mix. Third question I have is, would you rather spend 100 hours on one song that's at 99% completion, or spend that same amount of time on 10 songs that are at 95% completion? Some of you guys have seen my past video on South Park and how they make the show. I use this and relate it to our creative process as music producers, but this is the creative process for pretty much any creator. There's a documentary called 6 Days to Air. Highly recommend you guys watch it. If you like South Park, definitely watch it. It's on HBO Max, I think. And in the show, there's a quote from the creator, Trey Parker, and he says this, I'll read the quote. "I always feel like I wish I had another day with the show. That's the reason why there are so many episodes of South Park we're able to get done, because there's a deadline and you can't keep going. There are so many shows where I would say, it's not ready yet, and I would have spent 4 weeks on one show. All you do is start second guessing yourself and rewriting stuff. It gets overthought to maybe get 5% better." I think that's important for us to keep in mind when we're producing. You never know if the next song that you're gonna write is gonna be the best one. So it's always best to finish what you got, get it out the door, and move on to a new idea. My final question for you is, if you took one of these songs that you felt were just okay, that still needed a bunch of work, and you put it out and it got signed to your favorite label, it gained 10 million plays, it got placed on all the Spotify playlists, and it even won a Grammy. Would that change how you feel about that song? If we're answering honestly, and I think all of us would answer probably yes, right? That just means our opinion of our work is fluid. You're never gonna know what the reception of your song will be until you actually put it out into the public. To summarize all of this, I think it really just comes down to fear of rejection. We all want our music to be appreciated and respected, but it can never be appreciated and respected until people start to hear it. I hate to break it to you, but you're never gonna write a perfect song that nobody's gonna criticize, just no matter what. It's always best to put it out, get it out into the world, and get to work on your next one. Again, like I said, I have the free finishing music checklist in the description of this video. It's absolutely free. Go grab it. It'll help you guys, especially now that you guys went through this whole video and you understand the root cause, and maybe you've asked yourself some of these questions to really get your brain in the right place. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you guys next week.